Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Chemistry Unfolded. So today we are going to revise all the topics that we have studied earlier and practice questions. Let's get started. So coming up first, the question is: the complex given is capable of exhibiting which isomerism? Is it optical, geometrical, ionization and linkage? So what do you observe? You observe that there is NO2 ligand, that is NO2 can bind from nitrogen side and also from oxygen side. It has two donor sides. Therefore, this complex exhibits a linkage isomerism. Next question. Octahedral crystal field splitting of d orbital of following metal ions decreases in the order. So you need to identify the correct decreasing order of the given metal complexes. So what we've studied from the earlier points is that the splitting factor of octahedral complexes depend upon the size of the d orbitals and the oxidation state. So we know that the one which has a bigger size of the d orbital, that is 4d 5d, they split to a larger extent. So from that point only we understand that the answer should be either B or D because they split more as compared to the cobalt complexes. So we reject these two answers. Now to differentiate between B and D, the second factor comes, that is the oxidation state, which tells us that the one having +3 or a higher oxidation state splits to a larger extent than +2. That means the larger one splits higher. So from this you come to know that it is cobalt +3 which splits larger as compared to cobalt +2, indicating that the answer is option B. Next, the valence shell electronic configuration for element with atomic number 22 is. Now here you need to know how to write electronic configurations of elements. It is always assumed that every student knows how to write the EC of elements right up to 30. So this is just atomic number 22. Now for transition elements, atomic number 22, there is a general trend that it is 3D and 4S. So it is 22. So the general configuration is 4s2 is always filled for transition elements. So it is 3D that is filled successively in transition elements. So it is 3D2. So you have this two atomic number 22. So it is the 3D2 4s2 configuration. So basically for this you have to know how to write the EC for all elements right up to 30. The ones who know will not have to calculate how to do, rather they will know that it is directly the option A that is correct, which shows that it is 3D2 4s2. The next question, for tetrahedral high spin complexes the maximum CFSE is. What are the points that you need to remember in tetrahedral complexes is that tetrahedral complexes are always high spin. So just omit the idea of low spin. So high spin, and for tetrahedral, see the splitting pattern. E comes down and T2G goes above. That is dx square minus y square and dz square is down, whereas dxy, dyz and dzx are above. Since tetrahedral complexes are always high spin, you need to calculate the maximum CFSE. And if you go to calculate, it happens only for this particular electronic configuration, that is E4T23. And once you calculate, I've calculated for them, and you observe that the maximum CFSE is seen for option B. You can take all the other electronic configurations, try calculate, but you will observe that it is seen only for this particular electronic configuration. So your EC happens to be 12 TQ. Next question. The crystal fill increasing order of crystal fill splitting is. So the reference for this is your spectrochemical series, which I've told in the earlier videos that you need to know it by heart. So from that itself you will come to know the answer, that is it, option 2. The pair which has 0 CFSE, the 0 CFSE will be given by those complexes which are actually like fully failed. Like if you use the complex Zn plus 2, what it is a perfect configuration, that is 3d10 4s2. So it gives then copper plus 2. What is copper plus 2? 3d10 4s1. So like that. Sorry, copper, but Mn plus 2. What it is? 3d5. So 3 are down and on top there are 2. So that is the perfect half fill thing. That is d5, d10. Those configurations mostly give you 0 CFSE, and for such complexes you always need to consider them to be a high spin unless they tell you that they are low spin. So what do you observe? Zinc plus 2, Mn plus 2. If you do not want to remember it by heart, you can calculate on that minute how you know how to calculate CFSE. So based on that, come to know that your option A is the correct answer. Here I've calculated and shown also. The next question. The CFSE for the following 3D metal ions decreases in the following order. Now again I tell you, for CFSE you have to know those rules, that is the oxidation state, the principal quantum number ones. So what you see, the oxidation state is differing and the elements are differing. So again those two factors come, the oxidation state and the size of the d orbital. First factor, you need to see the size of the d orbital. So the one which has high d orbital will split first. So that will be molybdenum plus 3, that will split first. Following which will obviously be chromium and then will be vanadium. So answer should be option C. That's right. Then the CFSE will be highest for. You need to calculate the CFSE of all these complexes and you need to identify which one has the highest CFSE. Note that this is tetrahedral and not octahedral. Rest all three are octahedral. If you assume this one also to be octahedral, you'll definitely make a mistake. I have calculated the same CFSEs of all, and you always have to assume that it is modulus, that is CFSE. Even though it comes negative, you have to assume it to be positive, and the one which has the higher number is considered to be the complex having high CFSE. That is your option number D. Right. Then question number 9. The complex given are examples of. This is definitely very easy to identify. As you can see, there is exchange of ligand that is taking place between the complexes over here. So you know it is nothing but coordination isomerism. That's option C. Then again here comes the complexes given are examples of. You know there is an exchange of ligand that is taking place. That is bromine comes out, chlorine goes in, and this exchange is happening. That means you are for sure that it is ionization isomerism. This is easier for those who have seen my previous videos or who already know the concept, but for those who have not seen my previous video, kindly go to my channel and see those videos. Then comes the next. The isomerisms that are possible for cobalt plus 3 complexes given are. So you can have which two isomerisms you need to see. The one that you can definitely see is that you have linkage isomerism, because you have NO2 group, because of which you can see a linkage isomerism that's present. The other one will be geometrical isomerism. So it is geometrical and linkage isomerism that you can see. That's option C, which is right. Then the origin of two different color complexes of this is due to. Always when do you see different color complexes? Is it for optical, geometrical, linkage, and what? It is always that the geometrical isomerisms show you different colors. So the answer is geometrical isomerism. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel for more such videos and knowledge for your entrance exams. Comment down which chapter you would study, what difficulties you have. Let me know. Thank you.